Happy Monday, everyone. As you remember, last week we began exploring many-to-one relationships. For example, you had problems such as, how many eyes do 4 children have? And what we had to do is we had to count by number sets, such as 2, 4, 6, 8, to get 8 total eyes. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to further challenge ourselves with the California Common Core State Standard of being able to understand that the numbers 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80, and last but not least 90, refer to groups of tens and ones. And how we are going to do this is we are going to complete the following objective. So repeat after me. I will build groups of 10 to create 2-digit numbers with a 0 in the ones place. Now, what we are referring to are the following numbers. As I mentioned earlier, we're looking for numbers where there's a number in the tens place, but there's always going to be a 0 in the ones place. And these numbers are, once again, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So now that we've done that, let's go over how we are going to do this. So in order to do this, we're going to play a game called How Many Tens? And here's how it works. So how many tens can be done with the following steps? Number 1, I need to choose a 10 number, meaning one of those numbers you saw on my screen, which could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90. Next, I'm going to have 10 frame cards, and I need to build that number with the 10 frame cards. Number 3, I need to count the cards to see how many groups of 10 do I have. And last but not least, I need to write a number sentence. Now, in order to complete these steps, we're going to follow the I do, which means teacher does, the we do, where we do one together, and finally, you will be doing some on your own. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit escape on my computer, and I'm going to go on to the Google Drawing that I have provided you. So let's go on that together. And here it is. And what it says is the following. It says, choose a 10 card on the list. Build the number with the 10 frame cards by dragging the 10 frame cards onto the pad. Then type in the answers. 10 numbers to choose to build. And here's the options that I've read off to you before. So you also see that I have a list here. Our number, how many tens, and our equation, which is another word for number sentence. So let's get started. So you remember that my first step was I had to choose a 10 number. So let's go back here. So I'm going to choose, how about I start kind of simple and I choose 30. So what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to click on our number and I'm going to type in 30. Whoops, 30 right here. So that's our number. Now, step 2 is I need to build that number with the 10 frame cards. So how I can do this is I can actually count by tens. And in this template here, you can see I have a group of 10 frame cards. So help me count as I pull my cards up into my number pad. So I have 10. Next I'm going to have 20. And if I wasn't sure, I could also count all the little dots. And then right here I have 30. So my next question is, how many tens did I use? And let's count. How many of these 10 cards did I use? 1, 2, 3. Because I pulled 3 10 cards, I know that the number 30, and I'm going to click right here, has 3 tens. So I'm going to type 3 to show that that has 3 tens. Now, the hardest part. I need to now, so I counted my cards, I built the number, write out the number sentence. So I know that these are groups of 10, and I know I have 3 of them. So what I can do here is I can take my time. So I'm going to type in 10 to represent my first 10 frame card, and I know I'm adding, plus my second 10 frame card, which is 10, plus, because I'm not done, because look, I have a third 10 frame card, plus 10. And if I add all those together, and I can do that simply by just counting by tens, 10, 20, 30, I can say that 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30. You guys did a nice job watching me complete my steps. So let's go on over back to our steps. So what you saw me do was, I first had to choose a 10 number. Then I built that number with the 10 frame cards by dragging it. Afterwards, you saw I counted my cards. And by counting my cards, that helped me do my step 4, which is write the number sentence. Now, we're going to try these steps together. So what I'm going to do is, first thing first, I'm going to go back to my computer right here. And I'm going to reset it. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to pull it back down because I'm going to build a new number. And you can easily do this by just using your mouse. There we go. All right, so the first thing we need to do for this problem here, and I'm going to go right down to my second one, is I need to choose a 10. Let's go for a slightly bigger number. What if I chose this number? What number is that? 50, that's right. Now, I chose my 10 number. I need to build that number with my 10 cards. So once again, click on the side. How many 10 cards do you think I need to use? Let's try it out. So I'm going to count by tens again. 10. 20. 30. 40. And 50. Now, to figure out how many tens are in 50, I should probably just count those cards. So once again, were you right? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I used 5 10 frame cards, I have 5 tens. So once again, I'm going to click here and type a 5. Now, once again, before I give away the answer, so you saw that I built my number at the 10 frame cards. I counted my 10 frame cards to see how many tens. In the free response column on the side, I want you to think and type, what is going to be my number sentence? First of all, how many groups of 10 do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I have 5 groups of 10, I'm going to have to type 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Let's see how many 10s I have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need one more. Plus 10 equals 50. Is that correct? We can always check our work. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, we've had a chance to watch me complete our steps, and together we've just completed one. Let's see if now we can do a quick check before I have you complete one on your own, because I want to make sure we really understand what we're doing. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to go to our Unit 7 slides. And here is how this is going to work. So what I'm going to do is the following. So I'm going to show you a slide and you will see a 10 number. I have a card here for your reference. And then it says blank groups of 10. So let's take a look at my first example here. So I know my number is 20. And I know if I count by tens, 10, 20, I would have 2 groups of 10. So what I would do is on the side, I would type in a 2 for my answer. Let's see if you can do some. See, there we go. 2 groups of 10 equal 20. All right, your guys' turn. 50. Type in the box, how many groups of 10 make 50? You should have gotten 5 groups of 10 make 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Let's do another one. The number is 30. How many groups of 10 make 30? Once again, you can count on your fingers by tens. If you put 3, you are correct. Let's check. Ready? 10, 20, 30. Ooh, this is a big one. What about 70? How many groups of 10 make up 70? If you typed in 7, you are correct. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Very good. Ooh, 90. How many groups of 10 make up 90? Let's take a look. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So that's 9 groups. Now you guys may be wondering, gee, Mrs. M, why should I be able to know how to build a number with tens? The reason why you need to be able to build a number with tens is because it helps you understand place value. And place value is the ability to know a number's value, such as how many hundreds, tens, or ones. And by knowing place value, you will also be able to better order numbers correctly by what's in the tens place or what's just in the ones place. This is an important life skill. So now here is your job. I'm going to exit one more time. And what we're going to do is in your Google Classroom, you are going to fill out the how many tens. And as you can see here, it's the same thing. So these are loading, don't worry. And once again, your job is to fill out 1, 2, 3 problems. So you're going to choose a 10 card on the list. Build the number with the 10 frame cards by dragging the cards on the pad. Then type in the answers. And I once again listed your 10s that you can build. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Remember to submit your response when you are finished. Thank you so much for watching my film on how many tens.